Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is the adventures in Armor Detail Easy Beads. Or beads, depending on where you live apparently. This should have been a very simple, straightforward comparison between Easy Beads and what I currently use for that type of product, which is Fireball's Ultimate Easy Coat Extra, which I believe is called Premium Easy Coat Extra, or something along those lines. They should really stick to a name. As a spray-on, rinse-off, ceramic-y type product. I just, for context, just filmed this whole thing, and I forgot to plug the mic in. So, I'm doing it again. I'm going to go crazy. Basically, what I thought would be a simple comparison between some spray-on, rinse-off stuff and do more of a price comparison, because that's kind of what's the most standout thing, is a concentrate versus a ready-to-use. I ended up going down a bit of a rabbit hole and ended up going on the whole trilogy here. This first bottle, the one with no tape on it, is the one I bought. I bought it from Carzilla on Boxing Day, which is December 26th. It showed up 4 or 5 days later, somewhere around that, all normal. But, December, cold, Canada. And I've lined up a weekend. I didn't test this right away. A couple of weeks before I actually ended up testing it, but it stayed in the house the whole time. So I concocted the test between, I'll compare this to that, which is what I currently use. You'll see an orange 1 liter wet coat bottle. It's that inside it. It's not wet coat. I just repurposed the bottle. And so I used Prius's doors. So both sides, so that there's separation. Both sides were polished and panel wiped, obviously cleaned and clayed and all that malarkey, in preparation for the test. So they were stripped bare. And I used like Veritas panel wipe, I think, or the DIY one. I can't remember. I used Gold Standard polish to do it, so I think I used their panel wipe. And I thought this would be pretty straightforward. You spray on one, do it would do the beading thing, do the other. They would do a similar type beading thing, and then the contrast would be the price. Except they didn't. It didn't bead. And it said they're supposed to be easy. So I was like, what the heck? Now, this time of year, it's cold and shipping. They're not insulated and, tucked into a bed with a pillow and a blanket. They're cold when they ship. So I didn't know what contributing factor was. Now, it was a sunny day, but it was a cold, sunny day. Panels were cold. Water's obviously cold. Probably in the 7 to 10 degrees, somewhere around there. The end of the garage always reads 12 on those types of days, just because there's a lot of heat in the garage. It's fully insulated. So I'm assuming it was around between 7 to 10-ish degrees outside, which for me is not an uncommon washing temperature in the rainier times of the year. So I was kind of perplexed, and I thought, something obviously has gone off with this product. It's also very new, so maybe there was a hiccup or something. And so I applied it, and I'm going to overlay the footage if I haven't already. I applied it 3 times in a row, and on the 3rd time, I wiped it in. And I sprayed it into the cloth. The cloth was damp. Sprayed it on the panel, and wiped it in. And you'll notice that the mist during these first round is very fine, and it did, not all of it went to the panel, but I can assure you enough of it went to the panel. And if that wasn't enough, putting it on the cloth and wiping it in put enough on the panel. So that's not an issue. It looks like it's not going to the panel. It is. And even after 3 attempts in a row, like 3 stacked up in a row, didn't really perform. And if you look now at the Fireball side, it's doing just fine. Same temperature, same bottle temperature, same panel temperature, same prep. Doing fine. So, next morning, I decided to try it again with a pressure washer this time. And a very powerful one at that. Due to where I had to park to do it, I couldn't quite get the rinse up motion, but I flooded the absolute bejeebus out of the panel, and I twisted the thing out more, so it really dispensed. And I still couldn't get the performance I was looking for. It was something I tried as a last ditch effort. And I still wasn't seeing it. So I emailed Carzilla, which is where I bought this. And I told them what was going on. I did tell them who I am, which is, who cares? But I did say I bought it to do a review, and this is the channel I have, and blah, blah, blah. And they sent me another bottle in 2 days, which was pretty awesome. They really, like, as a customer, supported me and understood me and just knocked it out of the park. So big thumbs up to Carzilla. So they sent me this bottle, which has the tape to mark it. The yellow tape means 2, I guess. But this one is the replacement for this one to try again, saying, okay, maybe something happened. But this was full, like the foil seal wasn't broken. Nothing was wrong with it. No chunks, no cloudiness. So we try again with this time in the garage where I can get a little more temperature. Natively, this garage sticks around 15-ish degrees at this time of year. Like it's negative outside. And today I was running a heater, more on that later. But it stays about 15 degrees, which is more than enough temperature to do this. But I repolished the doors, and the polish will bring a little bit of heat into them. Panel wiped it and tried again. And the side I'm doing it on, which is actually that side of the car, the driver's side, has been repainted. So my next thought was that maybe there's something wrong with the paint on these doors that's causing this. Now, it has not in the past, but you never know. And so I'm trying in my head to rule out what the heck's going on. And so what I decided to do is on the front door, which if you haven't got to there, I should be getting there now. I'll try and cut it so things line up. I tried out Premium Easy Coat, and it worked just fine. Again, with a hose this time, but with a sharp trigger that does the agitation you need to sort of disperse and spread the product. I know most people say you got to use pressure washer, or you got to really shoot that up. You don't. A sharp stream is all you need. And so I tried that product on the door to rule out, the paint job, which it's years and years ago that it was repainted, but that bonded just fine, and it worked just fine in those temperatures. So we've done cold outside, medium temperature inside, second time's a charm. Now at this point, I'm conversing back and forth with Carzilla. I have a couple videos put up private so that I could show them what's going on. I'm going to delete them. All the content of those videos is in this video, so don't worry about it. But I'm sharing them, like, this is what's happening. I'm showing them what I'm doing. And they said, yeah, seems weird. They didn't know what was going on. So I reached out to Armor Detail Supply, and Bradley Nielsen, I believe, responded. I believe that's his last name. It's Bradley. And sort of just gave, the quick overview of, like, did you try this? Like, these are things, just all good, troubleshooting type points. And I sent him both the videos. And after that, he was clearly concerned. He didn't know why this was happening. And I did what was it? We did a back and forth. What it ended up happening is he took a product, tried it out, filmed it, sent me that video showing it working, and then shipped me that product. Like, if you don't think a company wants to get to the bottom, I don't know a better example. Like, they clearly were concerned, and rightfully so. It's not working, but now we're trying to rule out environment or product. Now, they are different names. I'm assuming they are the same product inside, but regardless, he said there's only been one batch done, so everyone out there so far has got the same batch as these. And I've seen other channels review it, and I've seen their videos. I did my research before going into this, and it's working for other people. I just don't get to play, I guess. But so tonight, I heated up the garage. I got a bucket of hot water to do the rinseless because the car got dirty again. I didn't polish, but it's this. I'm working on the same door that I've been applying the same product, and really the rinseless is taking it off, as you'll see in the footage. And so as I was setting up the hose, I put the heater blowing straight at the door just from the ground, and it brought the temperature up, and the garage temps were up to about 18 degrees now, which is more than enough for a type of product like this to work. And that still wasn't perfect, but it was better. And so after the first round, with doing it twice in a row, trying to get it on there and rinse it again, see if I could get that build up to that performance, I had to mop the floor, and then I had to take the dog to do its business. So I took this chair and I put my heater on it, and I just fired it point blank at the door just to get the panel as hot as possible. And you pretty much get one shot. Oh God, Eminem lyrics coming on. To keep that temperature and hit it with water, because once you hit it with water, it's going to cool right off again. Now, all water is going to cool all paint off eventually, but in the summer it stays a lot warmer naturally. But we got the temperature in the garage, we got the temperature in the paint, sprayed the product on, and it seems to be a lot better than it initially was. It's sort of starting to work. So my best guess is one of two things. The panels have to be very warm, but I've talked to other people, and they are within the temperature range that I got the garage to today, and especially that panel temp. Or something happened to these in transit with temperature. So going through cold transit up to Canada and across Canada as being distributed by Carzilla, or it has to be in a very high application temperature. I don't know what it is. I'm leaning towards a little from column A and B. I think something may have shifted in transit. Who knows? They were cold when they got here, but they weren't frozen. Like shipping on a Monday and arriving on Wednesday, it's not freezing in transit. No matter what, it's not freezing. That's not long enough, and it's not cold enough for it to freeze on contact like that. So I'm assuming it's an environmental temperature thing, and all I can say right now is I have to revisit these in the summer. And I will leave them marked, and I will leave them like this. But clearly, something's off right now, and I need to wait for better temperature to rule that out. Once I can rule out one more thing, then I can... There's only two things left that I can tell. They're all shaking and all that kind of malarkey. Like, that's where I'm at. But the initial argument I wanted to make was about value, but now it's turned into environment or situation. So it's interesting because the premium easy coat, you can only buy it in 500 mil now, not the 250. And it's like $60, but you can use it at like 30 to 1. In this test, it was used at 15 to 1, but that's an insane value. So, it's hard to say, because that worked in all these temperatures. And that's like a 2-year-old bottle. I have about half of it left, but I don't use it very often. But once my wet coat bottle ran out, I decided to put that in there just because it's the same type of product. And I flushed it out, obviously. But, like 2 years, high concentration, it hasn't gone off. It still works well. It works in all these temperatures, and it's more cost effective. So that was the argument I was thinking of in my head. I'm like, well, these concentrates are a better value because these are a high consumption product. Like, you use a lot of it. Even when you're using it properly and it's working properly, you use a lot of it. But as of right now, even with the value thing, I can't judge this because I haven't gotten it to work yet. So that's where I'm at. I'm sorry, my eyelash is poking me. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm sort of in limbo, but I didn't want to sit on this for another 4 months. I wanted to put it out there mainly because this is what I'm going through. This is the level of support that I've got from Armor Detail and Carzilla, which has been fantastic. And in case someone else has run into this and they just the voice hasn't been heard yet, I'm putting this out there so that somebody can maybe comment and tell me what they did to make it work, or what they found was causing it to not work, or vice versa, or whatever. I would like to know, because I would like to give a verdict on this product, and I can't until I can get it to work. If I can't get it to work, then I'll have to that'll be it. That'll be the next video. Summertime, if it doesn't work, it'll be like, don't buy it in the winter, I guess. But I can't go there. I can't say that because I don't know yet. I need more time. I need it to warm up. So that's where we're at. I'm finally tabling this for now. I can get back to what I was going to do, but I've had 2 weekends sucked away, one with this and one with the kid smearing dog crap into the carpet in the van. That's what I did this past weekend. So I will now be moving on to the rank testing. I've got 4 products up ready to go. I have to get it applied, but you know, stars have not aligned. But that's where it's at for now. That's all I got to say. You know, awesome support from these guys. If you've liked their products and their products are working for you, you can take solace in the fact that they will stand behind you as a customer, because they've been awesome. Same with Carzilla. No questions asked, sent me another product. Like, yes, I told them who I was, but I don't doubt that they do that for anybody else. They seem like awesome people. So that's where I'm at for now. That's where this video is going to stop. That's where we're going to pause it, and we'll come revisit it in the future when things warm up. But now that I've recorded this twice, see you in the next one.